Hey everyone, it's me, Adam P, and welcome to my reaction and review of the 2020 Golden Globes. Like the hand gestures, but before we dive in, make sure you hit the subscribe button to get more pop culture tea from me, Adam P. So this year I decided to do it a little bit differently. I'm gonna just talk about it between commercial breaks so you get like a fresh reaction out of me. So yeah, let's rock this thing. First segment done. It was interesting. It's always a little interesting with Ricky Gervais hosting. He always knows how to make a room full of A-listers uncomfortably laugh, and this was maybe one of his like top-notch making celebs cringe, honestly. The only joke I kinda am like, was the one where he's like, we're all gonna die soon and there's no sequel. I was kinda like, too real about the World War III. But the thing is, I like how confident he is. He knows he's being an arse. These celebs did not know how to act to these jokes. They would go and do camera switches and some of them were like, I don't know if I should laugh. My publicist would probably be mad if I laughed right now. He's trying to be very everyday person who thinks that the celebrity world is a bunch of BS. And he especially made that point when he was like, okay, like, you guys are gonna try and make some of these political speeches, but you guys have no clue what it's like to actually live as a regular person. And you should, you should thank your God and leave. I think some of them didn't like that comment he made. Because some of them, I'm sure, were like, how dare you? Of course I know what it's like to live in the real world. Apple TV Plus just did a commercial about being LGBT in television and how much that's shaped and how much that has changed. Okay, you got me. Fine. I'll give you $4 a month or whatever it is. You got me. I was literally not gonna do it. But now I'm like, oh, gosh. Got the gays. Fine. Elton John got a huge standing ovation, which is like cool to see, because he's like a gay man and like he's achieved such a legendary status that people give him standing ovation for his work. So that's like, I don't know, it's kind of heartwarming. Don't mean to be all sappy. Haven't seen Rocket Man. Homophobic. Sorry, girls. Best supporting actor in a limited series or TV movie went to Stellan Skarsgård, and of course my first thought was like, wait, is he the father of the Skarsgård family? And he is! He is the Skarsgård father actor. And he made a cute speech about eyebrows, like, he gave me eyebrows, thanks for the eyebrows. That's the kind of Golden Globe speech that is, it's nice, where it's funny, but it's also a little cute, and he's thanking the crew. It's a good speech, girl. Best drama show went to Succession, which I'm not mad at all. I've only seen the pilot, and I think it was fantastic. Like, it's a show I really want to get more into. There's just so many. Also, it's HBO, and so it's like, come on, like, let's watch it. You're paying $15 a month for HBO. You have to keep some kind of HBO content going. And then next was Best Foreign Language, Parasite. Completely well-deserved. Like, I know it's like always talked about how it's an amazing movie, but it really was like an amazing movie. Like, seriously was. Like, it's worth this high praise it's giving. It's kind of the Beyonce, where it sounds like it's overrated, but it's not, He had one of my favorite lines too is, which they said, once you're over the 1-inch barrier of subtitles, you will be able to see a lot of amazing films. And I was like, that one. Because I used to be like that when I was a teenager. I was like, oh my God, we have to read while watching a movie. But no, it's literally like, that really should not hold you back to seeing a lot of films. And there's a lot of films on there that I really want to see still, like Portrait of a Lady on Fire! Stop playing here! I can't find it, but I really want to see it. So, yeah. But the biggest problem I have, Golden Globes, every year I'm like, oh my God, they are so crowded. Like, in a way, I hope like, if I was nominated, I kind of hope I don't get the award, because then I have to wiggle through all these people. Oh my god. Okay, so this segment was all about Ellen DeGeneres' award, which, you know, we'll get to, but Beyonce showed up! She showed up! Oh, I am shaking. I cannot believe it. I wasn't sure if she was gonna show up or not, but of course, the queen shows up late. So Ellen DeGeneres, she's getting the Carol Burnett Award, which I guess they're doing now, where I guess they're gonna give it to a comedian every year. And I think that's a good idea. Like, I like that. That's appealing to me. Wait, is that Lord of the Rings trailer? No, Dr. Dolittle. Sorry. But she definitely paved the way for LGBT plus people. There's no doubt. Like, she really is an inspiring figure for sure. She just lately has been rubbing me a little bit the wrong way. Like, I don't know, like, I kind of feel like she doesn't really care about her job anymore. She doesn't really have the same enthusiasm. She's not really as super nice to the guests as she used to, kind of. So that's just how that's just how I view her now. But you can't deny, like, how much of an influential person she was, especially for the LGBT plus people. So I'm glad to see her getting this award. So it was really good, but I mean, the best part of that whole thing was that Beyonce's there. So I was like, wow! Beyonce! I'm just gonna be honest with you guys right now. 90% of my attention is towards where is Beyonce. I'm not gonna lie. Like, every time they do a wide, I'm like, there she is! There she is! I'm like, I don't know, I'm just a little surprised that she showed up. And I'm kind of surprised she got a table where the camera's on it a lot. You know, I mean, she's off to the side. That's good. And she's front row. Because you're going to make Beyonce, if she wins this Golden Globe, you really think Beyonce's going to do the whole little dance around all these tables? No way. Front row, right there. Corner. Corner. So, I mean, I just keep paying attention to her. And I'm like, ah! Best screenplay went to Once Upon a Time. I mean, I was rooting for Parasite for sure, but I think there was a lot of other good screenplays better than Once Upon a Time, like Marriage Story or even The Irishman, I feel like. So I was a little surprised by that. So then they did Best Animated Film, which I'm just thinking, okay, Frozen 2 or Lion King. But turns out it was Missing Link, which was very surprising because, not that doesn't mean it's bad, but it commercially flopped. It didn't do well box office wise, and it kind of got iffy reviews, so that was kind of surprising. But, you know, there was a lot of hate towards Lion King. Frozen 2's kind of, you know, it's new. Maybe a lot of people didn't see it. Okay, Brad Pitt does not look 50. Does not look 50. Wait, is that his age? 56?! What the hell? That does not look like 50. Wow. Wow. Okay, anyways, just the money. Best Supporting Actress in a Movie. Now, this is when it gets serious. It goes to Laura Dern, which was expected. It was seen. But based on the nominations that were there, she deserved it. I didn't see Hustlers yet. I think I definitely will, especially if and when Jennifer Lopez gets her Oscar nomination for it. But in my humble opinion, Florence Pugh should have been nominated. I think that's an Oscar-winning, Golden Globe-winning role. That's just me. You know, I'm a little plucked. She didn't get a nom, but Laura Dern, I love Laura Dern. She's a legend, don't get me wrong. And her speech was very pro. Very, I am a pro at this. You know, Best Comedy Series, Fleabag, of course. And I think it's worth it. It really is. It's something very unique, and it has a strong viewpoint. And honestly, it's worth rewatching because it leaves a lot to think about. You know, there's a lot there, and then the ending, I don't know. The both finales for both seasons, it's a lot to noodle on. Well, my girl lost, but it's okay. So Best Original Song, the reason why my girl's there, Ansel Elgort. Oh my god, that was so cringy. That was so cringy. Sometimes I'm like, you're really hot. But sometimes I'm like, oh my god, way too cringy. Well, I was like, stop singing. I know you're in West Side Story, but stop. Elton John ended up winning, and that's good for him. Obviously a legend, you know, and I feel like him winning, it maybe, like, honestly, I would not be surprised if a lot of the Hollywood Foreign Press Association didn't listen to the songs. I wouldn't be surprised if the people who didn't listen were just like, okay, Elton John, there you go. Like, they just knew that duo really well. So I could see that. But, I'm sorry, Beyonce, that you lost, girl. She's ready to go. I don't know. I can't think of what's holding her back from leaving besides the visible absence of her. But I'm sure girls like, all right, pack it up, let's go. We lost, let's bounce. In a way, I think Beyonce was kind of like, whew, I don't have to say anything. Awesome. Awesome. Because maybe Disney made Beyonce go to this. I don't know. I don't feel like this is a thing Beyonce would typically show up to, you know? Especially just being nominated for Best Song. But maybe she actually thought, hey, I might win. It'd be cool if I showed up. So, I don't know. I think she's definitely getting an Oscar nomination for Best Song, and that means she's probably going to perform it, and she's probably going to show up and take Oscars! Best Supporting Actress went to Patricia Arquette for The Act on Hulu, which makes sense. You know, she's a psycho mother, and she's a very good actress, so good for her. And she is someone who makes things political in her speeches, so hers was pretty heavy. Pretty heavy. But vote in 2020. I support that. And, like, she's good and all, but, like, I stan Toni Collette. Like, I've seen United States of Terror and Hereditary, okay? I've even seen In Her Shoes. That's how much I love Toni Collette. That's how much I love you. And then, speaking of girls I stan, Olivia Colman wins Best Actress in a TV Drama, which she deserves all the awards. I am a loser. I haven't seen Olivia Colman in The Crown yet because I'm still stuck on season 1. Okay. Just off of Fleabag and The Favourite alone, like, her performances have really made me stan her. Like, and I kind of feel like she's like a really big deal in the UK. Like, I think she's like really big there. Kind of in America, she's more like, oh, hey, what's up? Because, like, I didn't know who she was until The Favourite. But she's been in a ton of stuff. Ton of comedy TV, specifically in the UK. Tom Hanks gets his, you know, legendary iconic award for being legendary and iconic. And I did not know that Charlize Theron and him even had some sort of relationship. But it's Tom Hanks, like, everyone knows him, I feel like. He's such a genuine guy. I actually liked his speech. It kind of felt like I was, like, at a workshop, you know? It kind of just felt like he was just talking and giving advice to other people in Hollywood. So it's very genuine. And of course, my favorite part was when he started to cry seeing his family. Oh my god. This dude. Oh, modest, humble king. Humble king. Actress in a limited TV series or movie, I literally knew none of them. Except for Michelle Williams. And she won. And she had an amazing speech. She had a great speech at the Emmys. And she followed up with it. And I don't think she was really pretentious. I think she worded it really well where she said, things happen to women's bodies that we aren't in control of. And we have the choice of, you know, it's our choice to follow what it happens to us and go vote. To make it more look like us. Because men have been doing that always. And we should start doing that now. I was like, oh my god, amazing message. Because she's not trying to say like, women, let's take over. She's more like saying, women, let's use our voice more. Also, Beyonce, did she know that there was another Michelle Williams until this moment? I'm not sure. Like, that, I mean, in my head, I kind of feel like she's like, wait, Michelle Williams? Like, I think she got a little bit, like, confused for a second. Best Supporting Actor. In my opinion, out of those actors, I would have given it to Al Pacino. I thought he did great in Irishman. But close second was Brad Pitt, who won it. And that's fine. He had a lovely speech, except when he was like, oh, all the other nominees, I really looked up to you. You know, I consider you guys as gods. Sweetheart, you're 56, okay? Sit down. Don't use that "I'm such a young guy" whippersnapper. Another thing I'm a little plucked about Willem Dafoe not being nominated because he should have won. Okay? Again, Florence Pugh should have been nominated and won, and Willem Dafoe should have been nominated and won. That's just me, though. That's just me. So they presented Best Actor in a Musical or Comedy, which went to Taron Egerton for Rocketman. And I noticed when he won, of course, he was surprised. It looked like Elton John was ready to reel in for a hug, and he, boop, didn't notice Elton. I'm like, oh. And oop, okay. But he still thanked Elton in the end. And, you know, it was a surprise. He was probably shocked. You know, he's in a haze. I feel like they just love it when actors turn into real people, you know. Well, Al Pacino was a real person too, so I don't know. And then one of my favorite award wins of the night, Best Actress in a Comedy or Musical Movie, Awkwafina. Totally deserved. I do love Beanie and Booksmart, but Awkwafina, I don't know, it was just so convincing when she was acting. Oh my god. My ring light! My ring light! It was just so convincing when she acted, you know? And nervous queen too, and she got up there as nervous queen, but she totally deserved it, and I'm really looking forward to what she has to offer for the rest of her career. They were like, the host of Eurovision, Will Ferrell? Wait, huh? I've never in a million years would think that sentence would be a thing. They announced Best Comedy or Musical, and that went to Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. That's not a surprise, really. I feel like, I don't know, it seems like it was kind of obvious they would win. And I mean, I'm not mad at it necessarily. It is beautifully shot, and I love the way it's shot. Like, it's so fantastic. And it is an interesting story for sure. It's not one of Quentin's best, I would say, but it's still, just because it's not his best doesn't mean it's, you know, not good. Best Actor in a Drama went to Joaquin Phoenix, which makes sense, you know. He did really embody this character. It's just, I think the movie's a little bit overrated, in my opinion. Like, it was good, but it wasn't like, oh my god, earth-shattering. But he really was very committed to this role, and I don't know, it's just, they love handing out awards where if you were either a famous person before, or if you had to embody an insane person. I'm looking at you, Patricia Arquette and Joaquin Phoenix. They love that. But he seemed a little off on his speech. I mean, drunk, but like, I don't know, it was a little awkward, I kind of feel like, but he was kind of like, you know, we really got to do something about the environment, blah, 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 which was like, not just well wishes, but we really need to work on it. Also, like, did he thank anyone besides the director? I don't think so. Interesting. So he just seemed a little off, but I mean, I feel like, I don't know, I feel like he should have known that he was going to win this, or had a pretty good chance at winning it, so I don't know, it felt very like, I don't know what I'm doing, but it's like, didn't you know you had a high chance at winning this? So, I don't know. No one was getting played off, but then Joaquin Phoenix did! Oh, uh-oh. I really thought we were going to have a streak where no one got played off, but it was getting overtime, so they were like, we don't care, even though it's the biggest award of the night, we don't care, get off the stage, yeah. Best Actress in a Drama. Now, this was pretty big. It gives you a better, clearer vision of who might win Best Lead Actress. Renee Zellweger won, which, you know, Scarlett, she was close. She was close to snatching that up. And then Renee was kind of like Joaquin, where she seemed off. Like, a little drunk or off or just plucked. Because she was like, oh, it's so nice to see you guys after 17 years. And I was like, oh, okay. And she got played off too. But she got played off so much, I was getting kind of scared that they were going to cut off her mic. because that's when it's like, oh boy. But she was also kind of weird. I think though she did deserve it. Like she really was. Her performance was really well done. And look, what do you know? It's another person transforming into a famous figure. They love it. They love it. They eat it up. Sandra Bullock comes out, which I didn't know she was there. She presented Best Drama, and I didn't see it coming up, but it's 1917 won. Okay, wow, I really got to see this then. And it comes out nationwide, the guy said, in a week from now. So I'm definitely going to check out 1917. I know kind of the thing about it is it's supposed to look like it's one shot. But I will say 1917 winning kind of gives Parasite a better chance because they weren't nominated for neither of these categories. So, I mean, of course, 1917 has a great chance of winning Best Picture at the Oscars, but I think this indicates that Parasite could win it too because they're just not going to give it right away to Joker or right away to Martin Scorsese's Irishman, for goodness sakes. Well, that was the Golden Globes. It had some cool moments, some boring, you know, like whatever. It ended kind of odd. It wasn't the best ending because it was rushed. The last two people who won were kind of like, you know, they just seemed a little off, but it was interesting to watch. It definitely was. There were some surprises like 1917, but Joaquin Phoenix and Renee Zellweger winning, it wasn't a huge surprise. I just thought, you know, Scarlett Johansson is creeping up. Adam Driver's creeping up. So they still might win the Oscar, but you never know. Thank you guys so much for checking out my review of the 2020 Golden Globes. What were your favorites, moments? And lastly, make sure you hit me up on my social media. And I will see you guys next time.